What's up, D learners? It's your girl, Lady D. DTalford Training Solutions. Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about things that you need to consider if you want to go into early childhood education. So, my last video was about different careers in early childhood education, just to kind of get you guys thinking, like, hey, do I just have to be a teacher or teach teachers about early childhood education? No, there are more careers than just in the classroom. So if you check down below, I have that video linked. But this video is about what you need to think about if you want to go into early childhood education. So let me jump right in. So, the most important thing I think you need to understand is that you need to be a lifelong learner. So, if you get into early education and you don't want to learn anymore, you don't want to take your training classes, you don't want to do your research, you don't want to sign up to professional development, you don't want to get on the internet and look for new opportunities and understand what's going on, then early education is not for you. Education overall means lifelong learning. You have to be able to learn new things, break those things down, and be able to teach them to somebody else. And when they don't understand it, you need to be able to break it down differently or find someone or some way to break that information down differently so that the children understand it or the adults understand it. So if you're trying to go into education, that's something you definitely have to think about. Can I be a lifelong learner? You have to be teachable. If you're not teachable and someone can't teach you something, then you are incapable of teaching someone else something properly. Because if you're so rigid that you can't just let somebody show you how to do something and give you ideas and be open to that, then you're not going to do well in early childhood education. So either you have to be creative or innovative. So for me, I cannot create. I do not come up with my own just thoughts and ideas without some kind of stimulation. I need to see something to be able to move forward and have some action. I need to get something to get me started. So some people are creative. They can just go for it and start and do something new and fresh and have these great ideas all the time. But then you have people like me who are innovative. I can take what's there, I can look at it, and I can pull it apart, rip it up, and then restructure it into something else. So as a teacher, you either have to have creativity or innovation. Also, you gotta have a little patience. You cannot be a perfectionist and be an educator. It's not gonna work. No day goes perfect. The minute you walk into your class and you're ready to do your lesson and you just know it's gonna go great, something is gonna happen. Somebody is going to jump up in the middle of your lesson. They're going to have to go to the bathroom. They're going to need to take something out, and everything is going to go wrong. So just know that you are going to have patience with your situation. You're going to have patience with parents. Parents are never going to agree with you on everything you think is right for the children. So you have to have a level of patience with parents. You're going to have patience with the kids, with your schedule, with your coworkers. You need to have patience. What else? Details. You have got to be able to detail and document things, especially when you're working with children with special needs or they have an IFSP, Individualized Family Service Plan, or IEP, Individualized Education Program. Even if you're a parent or homeschool provider, you need to be able to know what's going on with these kids, keep documentation, and keep records. What else? Be prepared for the pay. This is not something that people go into saying, I am going to be a wealthy billionaire. This is something you have to go into saying, I know that this career is not the most highest paid, wealthiest career, but I have a love and passion for children, and I'm going to find and make my way in this career. Whether that means doing something like I'm doing, working full time, having a part time business, all in early childhood education, whether it means you pick up a class or two teaching at a local college or community college, you will find ways. Maybe it means tutoring in a subject, but understanding that maybe it's not going to work just to have your full time job in this position and get the pay that you're looking for. You've got to be responsible. So, what does that mean? Just not being responsible, being reliable, being on time. In the state of North Carolina, if we are out of ratio, then that means there's too many kids in the room with one teacher, or too many kids in the room with two teachers. If you're not responsible and you don't come to work on time, guess what? You're leaving people in a bind. You've got to be responsible. You've got to be reliable. You also have to be willing to understand you are that child's secondary caregiver, and sometimes they are with you as the secondary caregiver more than they're with their parents or their grandparents, who are their primary caregiver. So definitely 100% being understanding your responsibility. Then we've got lack of recognition. How often does it happen that teachers are not recognized for all that they do? Lack of recognition is a huge thing you're going to have to understand in this position. Then you've got emotional stability. There are going to be supervisors that are not nice to you. There's going to be parents, grandparents that don't like what you have to say, that not necessarily always going to be nice to you, and you cannot fly off the handle and curse everybody out. You have to have your own set of emotions together and stable to be able to still smile and speak articulately and not fly off the handle in the face of adversity. You have got to be emotionally stable and responsible. You have to understand your stressors, when you need to walk away, when you need an opportunity not to be in that situation, and you need to come back and revisit it later on. So you've got to have your emotions in order. Also, having vision. So this is the biggest part for me. So many kids start out when they're 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and they're just starting to talk, and they talk about crazy and wonderful and exciting exploratory things, and adults crush their vision. They tell them that it doesn't make sense, that you can't. And so by the time that they're teenagers, they no longer have a vision. You, as the educator, write your own vision. Have your own vision board. Think big. Think, what's the most outlandish, craziest thing I can do? Then start to rein it back in. You know the thing you want to do is all the way over here, but then what your budget is or what you have is all the way over here. So you may never get here, but what is your vision? Your ultimate vision is here. Think big and then work your way toward that vision, because who knows, one day someone else might say, I see her vision. I see her living out her vision. Here you go. Here's $1 million. Go right ahead. Live your vision. You may win the lottery and then be able to write your own vision. Who knows? But if you don't think big enough, what is the point in someone investing in you as an educator if you haven't even invested in your own thoughts, in your own vision? So definitely write your vision, have your vision board, and encourage the kids to have vision. And when they say things that make absolutely no sense, that are out there, ask them how. Okay, well, that's what you want, that's what you're interested in. Well, tell me, how can we do that? How can we make that happen in your life? So just understand that these are just some of the things that you need to consider if you are considering going into early childhood education or education in general. Not everybody is meant to work with young children and other people's children. So just don't feel like this is something you have to do. If somebody is telling you that you should do it and you don't want to do it, or you don't want to do it and someone says you shouldn't do it, you cannot go with what other people say about this career. It is so rewarding and so beneficial, but it has to be in your heart. It has to be your passion. Remember, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. You are the most important person in a child's life, and it is up to you to help them reach their potential. It has been great, guys. Have a great and wonderful day.